Hi everyone, it's Emily here from Pinch. Today I'm going to go through the difference between Xero and QuickBooks. So if you are a small business owner, maybe tossing this up in your mind, this video is for you. Now, the video or our session today will cover 4 key things: the differences between the two platforms, what is similar because there is a lot of overlap with all the accounting software products on the market today. I'm then going to go through a live demo walkthrough so you can kind of get a look and feel into both platforms. And my closing position will be a little bit about what my favorite one is, but you'll have to stick around to the end for that one. So let's jump into the key differences. So the first one being user access and collaboration. So this just talks through when you log into your subscription, who else do you want to be able to collaborate and to be able to access that subscription? So that may be your bookkeeper, your accountant, your accounts team, so on and so forth. So with Xero, there is unlimited users that can log in and access your subscription if you give them access, whereas QuickBooks differs a little bit. There is 5 to 25 users depending on the plan that you have downloaded or that you have purchased. The second difference is the payroll and compliance side of things. Now, with majority of the plans that you can buy with Xero off the shelf, there is some payroll component. Obviously, the plans can differ in price depending on how many people you need to run through the payroll. But however, with the payroll plans within Xero, everything is really built in. So things like STP, super, leave, all the good stuff is sort of sitting there within the plan ready to go from day dot. Whereas with QuickBooks Online or QBO, they take more of a modular approach. So for instance, you could get a really light or basic version of QuickBooks and then add on the module of payroll or add on other modules. And that's the approach that they take generally with all of their, add-ons or other products there. And the third is the interface and workflow style. So Xero has been coined for years to have a really clean, consistent, and easy to navigate user interface. And you'll be able to see that when we jump into the platform, whereas QuickBooks is more sort of structured and maybe more traditional in that sense, as it's a dashboard driven by modules that can be turned on and off depending on the needs of your business. This approach really suits it well, and some people love the structured and segmented the more structured approach as well. Now, we've gone through our 3 key differences. Now, what are the similarities? Now, of course, there are a few. I'll move my face out of there. Both systems are fully cloud-based, meaning that anyone that has an internet connection can log in and access both of those platforms. And they are built for Australian businesses. So think everything you need in terms of your GST, your BAS reporting, being able to get transactions in really easily with bank feeds and the rest of it are all supported, as well as all your core bookkeeping requirements, whether that be invoicing, tracking your expenses, and the rest of it. So both are really great platforms to use for Australian businesses, and it's 10 times better than anything manual that you may or may not be using at the moment. The really cool thing about working with an accounting platform as well is that it gives you key insights about how your business is doing, not just on a quarter by quarter basis, but you can surface those insights really easily. Okay, let's jump into the juicy stuff now. We're going to jump into a demo of Xero, and I'm going to cover 3 main things in this demo. We'll run through the dashboard, and then I'll jump into the bank reconciliation and finish off with the activity statement report. So let's dive in. So I am in the demo company of Xero right now. Anyone who has a login to Xero also has access to the demo company. You can access it by jumping up to the top left-hand side here, clicking on where it says demo company, which may be the name of your business. And you'll also see a demo option available there. The demo company is just a really good sandbox to jump in and have a bit of a play around. And QuickBooks also has that option, which I'll show you soon too. So this is the dashboard or the first place or the home screen, the first place you find or you see when you log into Xero. And as you can see, it services a lot of rich information about what is going on for this particular person's business. Now, the cool thing about the dashboard is also that it is completely customizable too. So if maybe you don't want to see the business savings account balance and you prefer to have something else front and center, you can move that around. And yeah, I guess the flexibility here is pretty cool. Now, the second screen we will go into is the bank rec screen. So I can navigate to that from the top left-hand side corner here and just jump into the reconciliations section. Now, the cool thing with Xero is that a lot of the pages that you jump into will have a little video or how-to video at the top of the screen. So you can learn more information as you're sort of moving through the platform. And also another cool thing with Xero recently is that they've just turned on auto, or there's a feature that's been released, which is auto reconciliation. So maybe reconciliation will be super fast for you if you use Xero. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. How do you navigate around Xero, the Xero rec screen, and I guess some key bits and pieces. So if I scroll down here, on the left-hand side, this is designed to replicate your bank statement. And on the right-hand side, we look at what we're going to do with those transactions within Xero. And Xero has really gamified the platform here, and it's designed to make it fun and, I guess, get to the end and you'll be like, oh, all done, well done, you've completed all your rec. So anything that is green and referencing a match here really just represents that there is an invoice in the system, the payment has come through the bank, Xero has recognized it matches, so you can just press OK. They disappear like that. For this particular smart agency one, there's also ways to match to part payments and the rest of it. So I'll just go ahead and match those two. And you can see that it's kind of fun. It's green, things come up, and you get to sort of match everything off. So the aim of the game is to match all of your transactions essentially and end up with a Xero left. So that's a little bit about the reconciliation screen, but I definitely recommend diving into more detail with the Xero guys too. And the third and final piece of our Xero tour today is the activity statement report. So if I jump into the reporting section, I can see my activity statement section is right here. Now that we are sitting within our activity statement, this is essentially just pulling in all the data or the GST from all the transactions that have been reconciled and everything that you have done in the Xero subscription for the past quarter. We've selected the Jan to March section here, and this is all just pulling through. So this is your, I guess, documents that are required to submit to the ATO, and you can finalize and submit all within the Xero platform. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so now that we've gone through the Xero side of things, let's dive into QuickBooks or QBO. So the three places that I'm going to talk about here is similar to what we showed in Xero. First off, we're going to jump into the business overview, then jump into the GST center and finish on expenses and transactions. So let's dive in. Now, jumping into the QuickBooks section here, just as an FYI for everyone, if you Google a test trial or a demo company for QuickBooks, you'll be able to follow the links and get access to this sample company, as they say, with the QBO side of things here. So this gives you the option to sort of play around as I just showed you with Xero, and really see what platform will suit you. Now, this home screen, really similar to the Xero side of things, is we can see some business or information at a glance, and you can also go ahead and add widgets that are relevant to your business, so you can go ahead and further customize this dashboard here. And you can see how things will populate that way there too. Now, a little bit different with QuickBooks is it has other apps. So these are kind of like the modules that we were talking about when we were running through our slide deck. So if I scroll, or maybe I'll just move my head out of the way here, we jump into the apps and the GST overview. This is where we're going to sort of sit to look at the BAS side of things. So in a really similar format to what we saw with Xero 2, QuickBooks is going through and compiling all the transactions that you have gone ahead and reconciled throughout the quarter, and is surfacing it up in a way that is easy to read and then also to drill down as well. So you can go ahead and prepare the BAS straight from this page. And again, that BAS will be sent straight to the ATO. So both platforms have really great integrations with the tax office, which is always a plus. And the last place that I wanted to show you here on the QuickBooks section is the expenses and the expense transactions. So the reason I wanted to show you this is because it gives you a bit more of a general overview, I guess, of how all of the transactions are surfaced sitting here within QuickBooks. And you can kind of see that it is more modular, like we spoke about earlier. So you can go ahead and categorize here. You can split out transactions. You can go through a whole bunch of extra details here. And it's kind of in a similar way. Now, if anyone has any questions on both the QuickBooks interface or the Xero one, there is great help desk. So I'd recommend you getting in touch with the crew at each platform company or software company and getting a little bit more in detail. But I hope this has provided a little bit of context for you all today. Now, what have we got left? The side-by-side summary. So this kind of just summarizes everything that we've spoken about today in terms of user access, the ability to pay staff, what the interface looks like, and how you can kind of navigate around both, as well as a few other really important compliance components of it all. Now, the bottom line. Now, essentially, it's up to you, and it really depends on what platform is going to suit you best. If you want a simpler, streamlined experience with unlimited users and built-in payroll, Xero is maybe your go-to there. But if you prefer a more structured, task-based system with visual reporting and the ability to really customize the modules that you have access to, QBO may be your go. Also, I'm going to say is that I used to work at Xero, so I'm a little bit biased here, but that is the biggest scoop you'll get at the end. Thank you so much for watching. If you do have any questions, please let us know. And I will also mention as well, if you are interested in getting paid faster, I do work at Pinch Payments. Pinch integrates with both Xero and QBO really seamlessly. And our motto is essentially to help businesses get paid faster every time.